since I've last been here.
There hasn't been chalkboards like in America for like.
Hello, my name is Nemi Wade, and I am a part of the 5th grade school leadership team, schoolhouse leadership team. I am sitting here with Mrs. Adams and Mrs. White. What is the schoolhouse project about?
The Schoolhouse Project is really a vision to get kids involved in their local history. It's a way for students at Strawberry Park to learn about their local history. And we're going to have a timeline in this space, in this room, so kids can showcase their history. And it's a way for kids to feel a sense of place by knowing stories in our community.
Tell us how the storytelling is a part of the Schoolhouse Project.
The storytelling piece came about because there's a lovely storyteller in town named Marianne Capra. And part of this project is you all learning your local history. And one way to learn your local history is to hear oral stories that have been passed down as well as recreated through research. And Marianne Capra is coming into each classroom and telling local history so that you all can learn those pieces of history, so then when you go to in your classroom work to learn the piece of history you're going to work on in this space, you'll have not only an oral story in your mind to help you, but you'll also do some research and work within your own independent way, and you'll be able to put that together and hang it in this space so that we all can learn from you.
This wall is going to be
The 1700s!
and this wall is going to be
The 1800s!
and this wall is going to be
The 1900s!
and finally
The 2000s!
Strawberry Park was made in 1982, but we have the historic White Gulch Schoolhouse on our campus.
Know that our Yampa Valley has a rich history. The Utes are thought to be some of the early people to settle in our valley.
Spanish explorers and fur trappers explored the Yampa Valley in the 1700s.
Discovered in Hans Peak in 1862.
James Crawford and his family settled in the area in 1875.
A deep, rich ranching history. Our town was named Ski Town, USA in 1947. Our town has a deeply rooted ski history.
Schoolhouse leadership team. Now I'm sitting with Miss Sauter, our principal, and Miss Krenz, our vice principal. Where was the White Gulch Schoolhouse first located, and how did this historical school get moved to our campus?
That's a great question, Hunter. So the history of the White Gulch Schoolhouse, originally in 1899, it was called the Fairfield School. And it was actually located in a log cabin. And then in 1910, they built what you see here today. And it ran from 1910 to 1943. And it was located, if you go to Mad Creek and you're heading towards Steamboat Lake, if you go back toward town about a mile on a dirt road, that's where the White Gulch School was located. And in 1943, the school district took over the school and it became part of the Steamboat Springs School District. And then in 1992, quite a few years later, they decided that they wanted to move it to Strawberry Park Elementary. And they dug up the school, they dug up the teacherage next door, and they put it on the back of a flatbed truck, and they shipped it here. And they came along the Shelf Road, and they came along the Amethyst Road, and they came into school. And all the children in 1991 stood outside and watched the school be driven to the location it is right here.
I understand there's going to be a celebration this spring for the schoolhouse. Can you tell me about it?
Certainly, Hunter. So we're so excited about all of the work that's happened over the last 3 years. This whole project started 3 years ago with a few of our teachers wanting to, including Mrs. Adams, your classroom teacher, wanting to have a theme of our place, our home. And Hunter, there was a lot of work involved in this. We needed to get some money to mitigate this building because it was filled with mold, and it's very unhealthy for people to be in an environment like that. So we wrote some grants, we got the schoolhouse all fixed up. It took over 2 years to be done. We had Smart Wool, one of our local companies, come in and they painted in here and brought it back to this state where we can actually be in here again sitting. And we just wanted to, as a school, get to the place where we could celebrate that we can be in here now and that we can create the museum that we've been wanting to have for the last 3 years. So this year, we're going to have all of our students in our school working as grade level teams or classrooms work on creating a giant timeline that's going to go around this room. And we wanted to culminate all of our hard work, 3 years of hard work, with a great celebration. And we have ideas, it's not planned yet, we're working on it, but our ideas include a great big festival where we can dress in period clothing, where we can have a picnic together and play games from the time period, like the hoop and wheel and different fun things like that. Maybe have some folk singers come in and have some music when we're out here. What else is this starter? We have
Square dance.
square dancing, yes.
Singing from you.
Yeah, and so everybody's going to be involved in this, and we want to make sure that we invite the community to come in and see all the hard work and our living museum that we're going to create.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I'm here with Miss Chris. Miss Chris, can you tell us about the 5th grade art project?
Yes, so right now we are working on the Fly Gulch Schoolhouse artwork. These are a couple examples. These will be in the art show on November 16th. And the reason we are doing this is because the Fly Gulch Schoolhouse is going to be turned into a museum. And the students are starting to learn about the architecture of the schoolhouse, the time period, and then we'll be adding some colored pencil using value to these. And so be sure to look for them at the art show November 16th.
I'm Charlotte, and I'm here with our librarians, Miss Lapine and Miss Russell.
We're here to tell you a little bit about historical fiction, which is a great genre for learning about events in the past, but also getting wrapped up in a really great story. So we pulled a few books that are related to that time in Colorado's history where people were coming out west and they were settling areas. So we pulled a few books. We have a couple of books by Avi. The first one you need to know about is The Secret School. This is a fabulous book, especially if you are interested in prairie schools. This is a really fun book to read. The next one we pulled is also by Avi, and it's called Prairie School. And it's a little bit of an easier read. So it has pictures. It's more of a beginning chapter book. We also pulled Hard Gold, which is a fabulous story about the Colorado Gold Rush, and it has a great mystery in it.
Some other stories we pulled were some of the Little House chapter books. If you're looking for a great story about Little House on the Prairie, you might have some background information on that. Those live in the chapter book section of our library. And another book we pulled was Meet Kristen. The American Girl collection is all historical fiction. Great books to read, and Kristen was a pioneer from Sweden who came to the United States and was part of a prairie school.